They say there's no Lambo or GTR hunting, but we went hunting. Right lane coming up. It's good. 62 at the start in the right lane. 62 at the start. Left lane's good. 59 at the start. 195 in the right lane. And the second Viper goes 179. Gets there first barely. Live. Viper gets there first and takes the win. Let's see who takes the win. Right lane. Let's see the speed. 204.63.
My name is Antonio Calvo. I own Calvo Motorsports. We're here at TX2K. Brought 7 Vipers. 4 of them are head gain equipped. The first one here is Fabricio Cordova's from Miami. It's a CM 1800X. It made an 1822 wheel. Probably hits a little bit more than that on the street. It trapped 204 miles an hour, which puts it right about 2,000 horsepower. Still has an air-to-air intercooler. The motor setup on it is a Calvo Motorsports built short block, billet crank, main caps, pistons, diamond pistons, rods, Manley rods. It's got a PBG air-shifted sequential with our custom flappy paddle setup. It's the only Viper, Gen 5 Viper of its kind like that. The heads are head games, springs, retainers, valves, port job, valve job. One of the most impressive things about this car is you can see it's on a 19-inch Toyo Proxy R888. Like I said earlier, it clicked off a 204 and it's been a consistent 199, 200 all day. It went GTR hunting and went Lambo hunting on cars that made similar power, if not more. It's just a really efficient, good setup. The car runs a Motec M150 with our custom PMP harness. The firmware on it is Colin Murphy's Ninjaneering Gen 5 Viper package. All the CAN code and tuning was done by Colin. It's one of the best out there. I can't say more about it. It's just been a great car. It makes a ton of power. It spools up awesome. Just a really great street car. You could take it, drive it from Texas back to Miami if you wanted to. Some other cool features about the car is it's got a drive shaft shop custom 9-inch setup, all strange, billet case, billet internals, drive shaft shop axles. One thing about this car also is Mike over at DSC Suspension gave us a custom firmware. So basically the suspension has a brain that knows that ties into the body control module, so it knows what the car is doing, pitch, angle, yaw sensor, G-forces, acceleration, and has a different map, kind of like a ECU for throttle, cruising, everything. So it's a nice plush ride while you're cruising. As soon as you whack the throttle, it goes to a different part of the map. Suspension instantly revalves itself. As you're braking, revalves itself to brake. Really makes the car drive like a Lexus, and you know, dead hook's about 1250 wheel in second gear on a R888, which for most of us is really impressive.
$130.
The average time to have a CM1800X package is roughly like 6 to 8 weeks. You know, we build all the motors in-house now except for the heads. The heads are done obviously by Head Games, best in the business there. The rest of everything is literally fabricated, built, machined, CNC'd, machined, all in-house, which kind of gives us the upper edge on a lot of shops that don't have that. We're able to have a lot better quality control over things. And behind me we have Eric Pavley's car. Eric is a customer from Australia, so the car stays here in the United States and he comes out and run the events. A pretty cool thing about that car is it was built in 3 days. Literally from the time we got a motor together to fired up running on the dyno was almost 3 days on the money. Me and my crew didn't sleep. We literally worked around the clock, got it together. Colin tuned it in 3 hours, made first hit. I think within 3 hits, it made close to 1980 wheel. That package is a CM2000. The car was finished. The next morning went to the Dallas half mile and clicked off the 218. Super impressive, just been a great car. Some of the differences between the 1800X and a CM2000 are the turbo housings. We go to a 42R instead of a T3, Force Performance T3. They are both running Force Performance turbos. Robert and the guys over there are great to work with. That car also has a Calvo Motorsports air-to-water intercooler, a Talley's Ultra Billet 9-liter crank with custom rods, diamond pistons, and of course Head Games heads. The only difference also between the engines is this one is a hydraulic roller and that is a solid roller, which allows us to spin it up a little bit higher. As I mentioned before, Fabricio's car over here is on a 19-inch R888, as well as the ACR back there. The ACR, due to its aero, is allowing us to throw all 2,000 horsepower at it in third gear, and then about 1,500 foot-pounds of torque in second, and it dead hooks. The Motec logs show that front and rear wheel speeds were literally within 2 miles an hour the entire run. It's pretty impressive how the two cars work differently, but end up with a really, really great result. Another one of the cars we brought out here today is the first customer car we ever built almost 4 years ago for a guy up in New York. A good friend of mine bought it up in Dallas. His name's Eric Wood. Came out here. It's stock motor, bolt-on kit. It does have a PPG sequential in it. And the cool thing about that car, I think, is it hasn't been touched since we bought it. So obviously it had maintenance work, little things here and there, but overall the guy takes it out street racing every weekend, walks a lot of people with it, and it's just been a dead reliable car. He's put almost 12,000 miles on the turbo kit. I think it's a pretty good testament of, you know, the build quality and everything that goes into the kits.
Takes it, 177 and change.